Is the mortgage lender on social media that you follow the actual lender you'll work with if you call them? Yeah, that's a big thing, guys. So what we're seeing in mortgage land is that there's a lot of people online giving mortgage advice. There's a lot of people creating great content that has mortgage education, which is wonderful. It's great. However, and I'm going to use YouTube as an example. There are lenders on YouTube who've barely closed 10 loans, who are acting as if they're experts, and they're trying to get you to call them in order to get your business, okay? And they really don't have any idea what they're doing. Nothing. But they're faking it till they make it, right? You also have mortgage lenders on YouTube where they encourage you, call me, call me, call me. I'll take good care of you. You don't worry about anything. But they're selling you as a lead to another company. Yeah, seriously, it's happening. And you've got some people where they're saying, oh yeah, it's me and my team. It's not their team. They're selling you as a lead to brokers in other areas of the country. Yeah, so it's basically like a commercial, right? It's a commercial where, you know, the difference is that with a commercial, you realize it's a commercial. With this advertising, you think that you're going to be working with that mortgage lender, and in many cases, you're not. You know, I was actually super surprised this year when I saw that one channel where the guy is great. He's so good. You watch his videos. He does a fantastic job. And so many views, so much interaction, and I looked up his numbers and I was like, well, wait, this doesn't make sense, because he actually doesn't close that many loans at all. And I was like, what? And then I went through the links. Well, guess what? He's saying, hey, look, you know, go to this link and they'll take care of you. It's a different company. Yeah, and that's what we're seeing, and we're going to continue to see more and more of it. So I'm going to tell you guys how to tell if the mortgage lender that you love on YouTube, that you love on TikTok, that you love on Instagram, wherever you're loving on them, if they're going to actually be the person that does your loan. Now, full disclosure here, I am. If you guys call me, you're going to deal with me. You know, I was having a call with a client the other day and she goes, oh my God, I didn't think I'd be talking to you. And I'm like, who else are you going to talk to? Like, I have to talk to you. Like, I want to talk to you. If there's a loan in my name, I'm talking to you. Like, I'm not like, what? And she's like, oh, well, I had called so-and-so. And then this other person from another company called me. Guys. Oh, lenders, baby lenders, because I know I've got a lot of baby lenders that watch me. Please don't do this. I understand, you know, and I had someone pitch me recently and it was interesting. At the time, I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And then I thought about it, I was like, oh, no way. I understand the whole like scale, you know, get as much business, but you don't really do it. It's not right. It's not right. You guys are trusting us with your biggest purchase, right? This is a big financial decision. You want to make sure, A, the person that you're dealing with is who you expect, and B, that they're knowledgeable, right? Okay, so let me stop you know, waxing poetically, and let me tell you how you check. Okay, so number one, check the states they're licensed in. So if you go to NMLS Consumer Access, N as in Knight, M as in Michael, L as in Lava, S as in Sam, okay? NMLS Consumer Access. Use me as an example. You can type in, my mic keeps dropping, sorry. You can type in Jennifer Beeston, and it will say, you know, you're not using this for evil, basically. And it will show you all of my licenses. It will show you the company that I work for, and it will show you how long I've been in the business, okay? This is a very smart thing to do because it's not uncommon for lenders to be like, I've been doing this for 32 years, and they've really been doing it for like 10 seconds. And look, no shame to new people. We're all new at some point. It's just, if you're new, be honest about it. No matter what you are, be honest about it. So you want to check to see if they're actually licensed in the state that you're in, okay? So let's say it's Bob. Bob's always up to trouble. So if Bob does some sort of social media where he's like, we're in 50 states. You're like, oh, Bob's in 50 states. No, he's not necessarily. Bob's company might be in 50 states. But how many is Bob licensed in? Because if your heart is set on working with Bob as your loan officer, Bob has to be licensed in the state that you're in. Okay? Please do that with any social media mortgage person. Check the states, okay? There's marketing where people are saying, oh, we're in all these states. No, they're not. The lender that you love on social media is not in all those states. What happens is their company is, you come in as a lead, you end up in a call center. You're not getting that person you thought you were getting. And if you are, and they're not licensed in that state, they're breaking rules. And if they're willing to break that rule, which is like rule number 1 in lending, what else are they doing that's sideways? Question mark, right? What else are they doing? So check the states. Okay, Bob is licensed in your state. Awesome, cool. You might get to work with Bob. Okay, so what are the next things to check? Number 1, is Bob full of manure? Okay, I don't know. Let's see. Bob says he's closed over $80 billion in loans. Okay, cool. If Bob has closed over $80 million in loans, we would definitely find him either on National Mortgage News or the Scotsman's Guide. Yep, and I'll have links to both of these. Both of these rank originators every single year. Okay, and Bob may be like, oh, well, I don't submit to those because I'm too big. I don't know. I don't know any huge producers that are not trying to get their name on there. And the reason you want your name on there is you want to be able to say things like, you know, top 1% mortgage lender in the country, one of the top women originators in the country. You know, we all have these goals. Like, my goal is to ultimately be the top VA producer, right? The top woman VA producer in the country. That is my goal, right? We all have goals. So you want to see if they're on any of those lists, because I was doing a little bit of research and I was like, you know, because I'll get comments all the time where people are like, you should have more views or underrated. And I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong, right? Like, am I giving you guys bad value, or like, am I missing topics? Like, what's going on? Why do I suck, right? And I looked up like the most viewed mortgage videos. And then I looked up the producers. Okay, so the originators who are doing these videos, how much in loans do they actually do? It wasn't pretty. Like, one of the videos had like hundreds of thousands of views. It was this lovely gal, very sweet. She'd been in the business for like, I don't even think she's in the business anymore. And she'd closed $2 million in loans in 1 year. That's like getting advice on how to be an attorney from someone who went to take the bar but got a mocha latte instead. Like, it doesn't make sense. So you want to make sure the person actually is an expert, because social media is a double-edged sword. Are real experts on there sharing their information? Absolutely. I can tell you, as someone who definitely would be deemed an expert, like, Google me, guys, there's the stats to back it up, that you hit a point in your career where you want to get back. Also, when you want to get rid of some of the bullshit in your industry. That's what I'm doing here, right? I'm basically, everything in the mortgage industry that I think is wrong, we're going to be doing videos about for the next 5 years. Ultimately, will a competitor come after me and try to get my licenses? Totally. Ultimately, will I cross a line where I'm too bold and I say too much? 100%. But that's what I'm doing, okay? I am lifting the veil. Do you remember those shows in the 90s with the magicians? That's what I'm doing, okay? So you see that. You see that in a lot of different industries. You'll see it in health and fitness. You know, there's a lot of great value online, and I think YouTube's a great place for value. Like, my son learned all his physical fitness from that. He has a six-pack. He's ripped. He is a better meal planner than I am. I mean, the kid's impressive. It's all from YouTube, right? There are some real experts. There's also a lot of fraudsters. I'm sure you guys have seen the ads where it's like, hey, I made $10 million in 7 years. Buy my, it's never 7 years, in 7 days. Buy my course and I'll teach you how I made money. Okay, guys, they're just selling you courses to sell courses, right? That's how they make their money. There's so much fake on social media. And same thing with some of the mortgage producers. Like, whenever I see a mortgage lender on social media in front of a very expensive car, I'm always like, yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, that is like such a red flag to me. And I know a lot of the producers in the industry. There is one that I can think of that has an incredible card collection and legitimately does a lot of production. The rest of them, it's like rented, or they're about to lose their house, or it's just some bullshit fake lifestyle. So really be careful on that, guys. So number one, we're gonna check their licenses to make sure they're licensed in the area that you are. We're going to look up production numbers, because you can do this online. We're gonna do a big Google search. What are their reviews? What are their reviews? Do their reviews talk about them and their team, or do the reviews say, hey, I talked to James and he sent me to this great gal, Sally at XYZ Mortgage, or I talked to James and then I ended up with the call center. They were so nice. I mean, is it James or is it not James? Right? You know, if you look at my reviews, it says Jen and her team, or Jen's team is amazing. And honestly, my team, like, they are amazing. I'm even considering listing them all on this video so you guys know exactly who my team is. And if anyone wants to try to recruit them, go for it. You're not gonna get them. That's why people never list their teams, but best of luck trying to steal them. So you want to look at the reviews to see if it correlates, okay? And the other thing is look at the link they're directing you to. So if you see that, you know, James is at XYZ Mortgage and he's sending you to a link where it's a third-party company that's not his mortgage company, right? And you click on it and it's still not his mortgage company, it's just like LendingTree or anything else. It's just the difference is it's a mortgage originator that you've connected with that's just selling you as a lead. So really watch out for this stuff, guys. Now, if you're comfortable being sold as a lead, that's fine. That's totally fine. It's just, you gotta know, you know? Because what I hate about this is I think it hurts everyone who's actually trying to be transparent and do a good job. Because if you talk to those two lenders and they pawn you off to people who aren't as good, you may not call me, right? Because you may be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna get to talk to Jen. Well, let me tell you what my commitment is right now, right here, and moving forward. I have zero intent to ever sell you as a lead. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't. Like, here's the thing. I like money. Money's great, but I also like integrity and I like people. And I would be mad if it was me. I don't like being sold as a lead. So I will never do that. It is always going to be me and my team. At some point, will I not be able to do every single loan that comes my way? Yeah, it will happen. You know, I think I'm a far way away from it right now. But, you know, maybe in 10 years, it might be a problem. We'll see. But I want to make sure that I'm part of every single loan because I love every part of the ending of a loan. I love how excited people are when they get the keys, when they thought they never could, or when they get the keys and it's their retirement home, or they get the keys in their first house. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Does it mean I do more work than just selling someone as a lead? Yeah, totally. But is it worth it? For me, it is. For me, it is. So I hope this video has been helpful. It wasn't intended to be a rant, but I think in lending, it's so important to be transparent. And I have to say that social media is not being regulated at the length that it should be. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now that is not appropriate that hopefully will stop in the next 10 years. But for now, it is a little bit of the Wild West. And I just want to make sure you guys have your eyes wide open. Thanks for watching. As always, I'm licensed in 48 states. Me, I am licensed in 48 states. So as long as you're not in Utah or Rhode Island, if you give me a call, you will be working with me and my team on your loan, okay? And as always, I have a calendar, no barrier to entry. You guys can book a time with me. There are 15-minute slots. I will answer any question, even if you're not buying a house for 3 years, okay? Thanks for watching, guys.